Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm here to do a flip through of this journal for Juanita. It measures right about 6 1/4 by 9 1/2. 6 1/4 by 9 1/2. It has 72 pages, so that's 144 sides or whatever. And the spine. Let's do the spine. It was a book, so it's a book cover, and it's 1 1/4 on the spine. And I've just sewn together all kinds of old vintage pieces of linen. There's like the crochet and then this cotton with the kind of embroidery on it. And these two are the same one, but I cut this piece off because it was a big piece. And I added some lace here and some lace there. And then on the front it has these pieces of like an old linen that was embroidered on, and so I just cut those pieces out, stitched them on. This is stitched on here and here. There's some little flowers from this same piece of embroidery, and I just hung a little key there. So there's the embroidery. And then this is how it is on the side, and it's got 2 signatures like I said. Alright, and then I got this off of Amazon, this, I'm not even sure what it would be, like a chiffon or something. It's a thin fabric to tie it, and I put a lot on there so you can make a big bow, and also, you know, if it gets fat then you have enough to, you know, tie it and have it work. Alright, so I covered the inside with some purple scrapbook paper. I did add some fabric in here, but it's already got the another fabric that comes all the way into here. So that's just kind of for decoration right there. And then we made this little thing together, and it's tied up with some lace, some purple lace. And that's just collage, and it flips open like this, and so she can write on this part if she likes. And then there's a tag here, and we made that one together. Well, it's Lulu's tag from Roxy Creations. I just added these 2 pieces. The butterfly was already there. And then I backed it with some light blue paper. And then this postcard is one of the postcards that we made together with the collage, and so I just tucked that one. There's kind of a little pocket back here, and then there's another pocket right here with the fancy pocket, if I can get this in here. That's a die cut. So those go in there. I'm not going to tie it because I don't want to torture you guys. And then this is the first signature, and that's my buttons digi. And this is also in my buttons digi. Some avocado dyed paper from Denise at Wonderbar Crafts. Some purple construction paper that's been coffee dyed very lightly. I just, you know, so it's got a little wrinkle to it, and it's got a little color, but not a lot. And this is that fabric pocket that we made together. I added a little cameo right there. And this is our journaling card, the big one. Put the fabric across the top, so that just goes right in there. And then there's a little collage card. This one's all torn around, so it looks all kind of old. This is one of Lulu's at Roxy Creations, and it just didn't need anything. It just looked great the way it was. I just stitched around it and added the little fabric tab. And then here we have some lace stitched down some music paper. I've added that charm that I got from Marianne. Thank you so much, Marianne. That was the perfect little purple charm to go on there with a little coin on it, and this little butterfly, I don't know what you'd call that, kind of like, it almost looks like amethyst, but whatever the bead is there made out of. And then this is just a little collage side pocket with some lace there. And then this is one of the postcards that we made together. And these images, like this one, I got off of New York Public Library. These are the same images that are in my buttons digi. So I don't have this particular lady, I don't think, in my buttons digi, but yeah, that's where I got that. And then this is from my buttons digi, and I put some of the embroidery on the back from that same digi. And this is Lulu, Roxy Creation, Rachel's daughter. It's her collage. And then I backed it with some of Rachel's coffee dyed paper, just printed on both sides there. And then a fabric little ruffle on some avocado dyed paper. And this one's out of my 1891 digi, and my 1891 digi has that same artist again. These ladies are the same as the ones that are in my buttons digi. And this is my buttons digi. And this is one of the stickers that we made together, the collaged, the big stickers. So it's completely stuck on. It's not like a tuck spot or anything, just for decoration. And this is Lulu's collage. And I added, this is Rachel Roxy Creations coffee dye. I added one of Rachel's little bunny labels, and then there's just some of my embroidery back there, and I just did like a little fabric cluster there, and it's just a little tuck for this to go in. This just has the same paper that's on the, it's that same scrapbook paper, came out of a scrapbook pad. And this is my 1891 digi, and this is my buttons digi. And this is some really pretty blue paper. It's a little bit thicker that I coffee dyed. You can kind of see it's a little ruffly. And then I stenciled in the corners there. And that it's just coffee dyed on the back because it was white. So it's very lightly coffee dyed. I just spritzed it enough to give it a little color because I didn't want big dark spots on it. This is my buttons digi. This is one of those ladies, the same artist as in my 1891. And this is my 1891 digis, just some nice writing space there. And then I printed my Ada digi on some transparency paper. I got this idea for, I mean, I've done it before, but what made me think of it again was Allie at the Cockney Crafter. She did this with this digi, and it just is nice because it looks, the ads look cool on both sides like that. This is some ledger paper that's been coffee dyed. This is out of my 1891 digi, and this is out of buttons. And this is embroidery. This one's Rachel at Roxy Creations. Just a nice blank side for writing. Some purple. This was Kool-Aid dyed, I believe. It might have been this summer when I did the iris with some food coloring. Yeah, I don't know which one, but I dyed that paper. And then this is my buttons digi. And this is 1891, and buttons again, and that purple paper again. And then I just made a little flip. This is an envelope. It's one of the blue envelopes that Marianne sent me, the cabbage dyed envelopes. And I just hooked it onto a guest check, and this is one of Denise's guest checks there. And so it's got a little pocket that I stitched on. I just put a piece of Lulu's collage there, and then this was a piece of a ledger, an old ledger, and this is an image that I get in those Memories of a Lifetime books. Sorry, I'm trying to remember everybody's everything. It's hard sometimes. This is just a collage I did out of, you know, all different papers. It's one of the postcards that we made together. I just added a tab to it. That just fits in there. And then this is another one of the postcards. So there's a little tuck right there. And then in this one this is one of the postcards that's in my button digi. I just added the friendly there, and then I added this, and this is off of Lulu's collage paper. And I just put some music paper on the inside of the envelope and a little collage there. And this is Lulu's as well. And a little ruffle. Okay, and that's the other side of that embroidery. This is my buttons digi, some the other side of the coffee dyed ledger. That's the other side of that on transparency paper. 1891 buttons, and the blue paper again with the stencil in the corners. And this is buttons. And this stencil my husband made for me on his what do you call it, 3D printer. So it's not like one that you can get, it's just one that he made for me. This is buttons. We can't sell it though because it's not our design. So this is my 1891. This is Rachel at Roxy Creations coffee dyed Lulu's collage. This is some of that manila paper, and buttons, 1891. Some avocado dyed paper. I did one of those lace pockets again, the corner pocket, and then this is the card. I think we made this one together, journaling card. So it just tucks in there. And this is Lulu's. And then this is that library card that's in the buttons digi. She's in the buttons digi. And then we just collaged on the front of the pocket because when you fold it up, there isn't anything on the front. So collaged on the front. This is in my buttons digi as well. And this is just a piece of collage paper that I made and we turned it into a big pocket. There's one of the postcards that we made together. And this is the library card, and that's an actual library card. It's not a printout or anything. It's just a library card that's been covered. Those go in there. And then there's a big journaling card in here. I believe we made that one together as well. Juanita likes bunnies, so that's why we got all the bunnies in here. Plus, you know, it's spring. It's getting to be spring, so some lace, construction paper in purple, avocado dyed, and my buttons on both sides. And then this is a second signature buttons, and the same with that. That's one of those collages on the stickers that we made together. That's not a tuck. And the construction paper, buttons, avocado dye, another one of those. So I think they turned out cool. They look pretty good on there, so that's fun. And then some music paper with some avocado dyed lace and just a little, this is just a button and a piece of lace. They just look cute, you know, kind of hanging there. And there's my buttons digi, and there again, avocado dyed. You'll see the staples through here because I stapled this little card with my tiny attacher. And so it's just a purple card that was in the same scrapbook pack as the front paper here, and I just collaged on it and then put in one of these. This one I believe is from Nick the Booksmith, her ladies something desk. I don't remember, but anyway, it's Nick the Booksmith. And then this is Lulu's collage paper. And on this side we have the big envelope that was a piece of collage paper that I just cut and, you know, folded over. I put a little piece of Velcro there so that flap stays down, otherwise it wants to flap up. This is one of Rachel's labels with the bunny, and then there's another, that's Rachel's doilies. And there's a card in here if I can get a hold of it. I pushed it down when I put my big fat fingers in there. Alright, so that's a little journaling card, and that's just tucked in there. And it's a little tight. Alright, so that's just a little envelope, and then this is a journaling card. And these ladies, these ones are from Rachel at Roxy Creations. It's her Victorian fussy cuts, I think she called it. Yeah, so that's what that is. And then one of, I think that's a label that I had. And then this is Artie Mae's. This paper on the background is all one piece. These aren't added on. They kind of look dimensional, but they're just on the Artie Mae's paper, and I don't remember. It's something nature, so I apologize for that. But and then it's on the manila paper, so that's that big journaling card, manila paper. This is out of my buttons. This is blue paper again, and I added one of Denise at one of our crafts snippet rolls that I purchased from her. It's almost all gone. I'm sad. And then this is one of the postcards that's in my digi, and I just added, you know, like a little collage right there to it just to, you know, for some interest. And then this is one of Lulu's at Roxy Creations. Her tags, I just added the bunny and some fabric there. So that's all that one is. And buttons, trying to stay where you guys can see stuff. And the buttons. And then this is a journaling card. I think we did that one together. And then this is just a little lace pocket there. And some ledger and transparency paper with my Ada. This is my Ada digi on here. This is Rachel Roxy Creations, her embroidery. That's Lulu. I just love that. I just think she did such an amazing job. and that's Rachel again. And then transparency, ledger, purple paper, and a big pocket here with a big tag that's been collaged. It's all that collage paper. I just added the bird and a piece of doily and stitched around it. That's the awesome part about making those big sheets of collage, and I know I've said it before, but you can make all kinds of things, because that's what this pocket was too. I just added a fabric little ruffle there and the butterfly in this tag. And buttons, and this is more dyed paper. And the buttons, and that's the blue paper again. And this is a Medieval Mirage envelope, and then I just added the bird and the piece of fabric to it. And this was one of the postcards, that the collage that we did on that postcard paper, and I just added a few things, this butterfly and this here. And I think we did that together. I don't know, I can't remember. Lulu's digi there, and then this is another postcard. And this pocket is a collage pocket, and it's just a little piece, and it's just like, I only glued it on these two sides. I stitched around the whole thing, but I just glued those two sides to like a tuck. Buttons, buttons, music, avocado lace, and there's just a little charm here on a bulb pin, or a garment pin, however you want to say it. I can never get these on here straight. But yeah, it's just got some beads on it to dangle. And then this is that envelope that we did together, and this envelope is attached to a time card, and it has a pocket as well. So it's similar to that other one that I did. This is Lulu's collage with nothing. It just looks great like that. And I just did a little collage on here, and it has another little journaling card there that tucks right in behind, and that is opens and closes. And this one, instead of having the card come out this way, it comes out this way, and it just has a collage on that side. Just depends on how you open the envelope. And this is from Rachel at Roxy Creations, her Victorian Fussy Cuts. And these. And the purple, and then down here I did one of those circle tags things, well, not tags, but pockets, and I just added, this is one of Rachel's Victorian Fussy Cut images, and it's just got some of my paper on the back, and then that goes in there, and I left it open at the back as a little tuck, and I just put in, this is out of my, I think this one's in, I can't remember because I've done too many digis lately and I can't remember which one it's in. I think that's in the new one, but it might be in Ada. It's in one of the two. But anyway, and then I just backed it with some roses there. And then that's the end of it. And I added another one of a piece of the snippet roll from Denise at one of our crafts. And I put in one of the postcards that we made together. And then I made this card. This is in the buttons digi. So is the stamp. The rabbit's not, but I just added bunnies that I found online, you know. Put those there, and it is signed, my little handmade stamp up there. So yeah, so that is all ready to go, Juanita. So I will get it listed by the time this airs, and so you'll be able to go pick it up if it's the one for you. All right, so I thought what else we could do today, since that only took 18 minutes. We're gonna make a card, a guy type card, because I need one. So I'm making a birthday card. So I have two book pages glued together here, and I'm sorry if there's anything bad on the paper. I'm gonna try to be done with this quickly so that hopefully we won't be reading bad words. Okay, there's that one. I'll bring my little garbage can back up here. I like the torn edge on these. I don't know how, let me fold it in half first and see how big I want it. Don't think I need it quite like that big, so maybe like that. And I'm just eyeballing it. It doesn't matter what size, because it's all just going to depend on your book page, so it's not like they have to be a specific size or anything. This may not work for this though. I just realized I was going to use this piece of fabric, and that is not big enough. So we're going to have to do something else. I'll save that and I'll use it for a different one. I'm going to use some of that manila paper instead. I didn't think that part through. I forgot about the whole, you know, when you fold it and everything. It looked like a big enough piece, but it wasn't. These ones are the same. So we'll glue a couple of these together instead. And I know you could just use, you know, some other like cardstock or whatever. I just like the feel of book page, and this manila paper feels very much like book page. So, and I can always use this for journaling cards, whatever's left of it, because we won't use the whole thing, but I think if I fold it in half it won't quite, well, it might be big enough. Actually, that probably will work. Trying to think, because it'll be like that. Yeah, I think that will work. So that's what we'll do. We'll just use one sheet. If I wouldn't have torn the edges off that paper, that book page, it probably would have been fine. Just needs to be a little thicker than one sheet to make a card, you know. So that one I had cut down, I think, because these are 9 by 12, but this one, oh no, it is 12, okay. Yeah, 9 by 12. So that's a 9 by 12 sheet of paper. And that's what size that manila comes in if you order it off of Amazon. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else, but anyway, that's, yeah, that'll work. Okay. So we'll just go with that instead of having the ripped edges. We could rip the edges, but then we'll be right back to square one. So I'm going to ink that a little bit. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Sorry I didn't say that. I just got so excited. I really love the way that journal came out. And so I just wanted to show it. So I apologize. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had an awesome weekend. It's been a crazy world out there. So just stay out of the fray and craft, right? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, if you can, anyway. I know it's hard when you have to go deal with all of it in the real world, but if you can get out of it, get out of it. I know a lot of places they're stuck at home. We haven't had to do that here, luckily where we're at so far anyway. I mean, I'm sure there's people that could have it and just don't know it or whatever, but we haven't had any cases where I live, so I feel very fortunate because I know lots of people aren't so fortunate with that. Did I say I hope you had a good weekend? See, I don't even know what day it is. It's really bad when I don't go to work. I apologize. I think that's what I said. Wow, I am getting crazier by the day. See, that's why I probably shouldn't have quit my job. It kept me knowing what day it was at least. It's Wednesday, Amy. Yeah. But I hope you had a good yesterday. I think I felt like it was a weekend because I didn't do a video yesterday. I mean, I put one up, but I didn't make one because I already had it made. And I'm just going to take a piece of book page, and this is old, like, you know, nice and colored book page. Patinette book page, say it that way. yeah, I'm trying to do like 2 videos a day on days I film, and then the other days I'm just like doing, you know, work stuff, mailing stuff, and doing all those kind of things, because it was getting hectic trying to do both every day. So I have some papers from, and a lot of people have asked about this, so I'll show it again. This paper pad, and it's Park Lane Papery. This particular one is called Heirloom. And so this is the one that I got the postcards out of, that we covered last time, that we collaged all over the back. So, and it's a big, thick, it's the lightweight paper, does it say? It's 180 sheets. Yeah, it doesn't say what the weight is, but it's like essentially copy paper, you know, maybe a tiny bit more than that, but so I don't know what that weight would be, but anyway. So I just have taken out some different pages that I liked out of there, and I thought we could use some of those. I'm just trying to think about what I want. I think I'm going to go with this for now, and then we can do more if we want. And I stamped this stamp on fabric, and this is coffee dyed fabric, and it's a little wrinkly, but once it's glued down it'll be fine. I'll probably stitch too, but it's just a stamp that I've had for a long time. I don't even know. I can show you guys, but you probably can't get it anymore because it's Stampendous, and it's 2012. So let's see, I'll hold this up here. It says Motorcycle Elements. It's W097, but I don't even know if you're interested. But anyway, I just like to try to show people stuff so that if they want it, you might be able to get it on like eBay maybe. I don't know. Alright, so I need a piece of this. Just gonna kind of do a, you know, light collage on the front of that. We don't need it that long. We need, yeah, my father-in-law's birthday is this weekend, so like I said, we're gonna go do some fun stuff with them, and I wanted to make a card. He likes homemade cards, which is awesome, because some people aren't, you know, they're like, nice, but he likes them, so. Some people just aren't into it, which, you know, everybody's got the thing they like, so. He likes to ride motorcycles and that. So I think this will be nice. Oh, you know what I did? I have one opened, because there's the lid over there, and so I almost opened another one. That's why I try not to have more than one out at a time, but I was doing collage downstairs, so I had 2 of them out. I'm so excited that spring is coming, and my favorite part is that the hummingbirds will be back. I just love those little birds. So I'm very excited that they are. It's almost time for them. Next month is usually when they show up here at the end of the month, but so yeah, you guys are lucky that I have them around all the time. I'm just going to take a piece of this map paper. And yes, a lot of this is going to get covered up because that's just the way, that's the nature of the beast. So let's see. I think I'm just going to kind of do that. That piece down there, and then I'm just trying to figure out where I want something like that maybe. I don't know why I do struggle a little bit with guys' cards. I think it's partially because I don't have a ton of stuff, and like you don't put a lot of lace and I don't know stuff on, so sometimes it's tricky to get a good look. At least I find that. I don't know if you guys do. Let me know if you have tricks or something that you do. Tilt it that way a little bit. See, most of that book page gets covered up, but that's okay because I like the old paper right there. It looks cool. So I think I'm going to glue that on, and like I said, I will probably end up stitching around the fabric just so that, actually this can probably go here, because I'm just using glue stick, and so there's no guarantee that that's going to like hold that. This works pretty good. I'm pretty amazed when I make those pockets and things with fabric, but just now you can see it a little better, huh, without all the wrinkles. I have like one tub of fabric, and so I fold them, but you know, they get kind of squashed in there, so sometimes they get a little wrinkled. And then I think I'll use, or do I want to cut one of these out? 1 pint milk. No, I don't want 1 pint milk. I don't think that that's... Let's see if I have any other tickets that are fun. Denise gave me most of these. That one's kind of cool. Have the real ones that she sent too, but I can't part with those yet, quite yet. That one looks good too. This one's really cool. I can't remember, but I think that might be a Tracy Fox thing, but I don't want to cover all that up. But I do like it. That one's a little more coffee dyed. There's a lady's head. I like keep the strangest things in. I find the strangest things and stuff. You can tell it was some project I was doing, obviously, and there's all kinds of randomness. Kind of like this one just because it's grungier. Okay, that's fun. So we'll grungy those up a little bit more. Let's do some little fold or something in it. Okay. And I think I'm going to take a piece of this tea bag. So there's loads of things you can do with tea bags, but they also kind of look cool as a backing. I think I'm just going to staple all this together with my tiny attacher. That's one of my new favorite things. It's just so tiny. I'm easily amused, right? It's so cute. Love that. Alright, so do I want to put anything else on there? Do I have any pictures that would be fun? Look at that kid. He's cute. That kid's cute too. The dog. These two ladies. I love old pictures, can you tell? I'm just so easy, like I said, easily amused. I just... I don't know why I like old pictures so much more than new pictures. It's kind of funny. I just like this kid, I think. He's just too cute. So we'll put him on there. Just for something fun. He kind of looks like he's a troublemaker. And I just don't want all that outside stuff. Just want to make it a little smaller. But you could definitely keep all that, and that's not a problem. You do you, boo, as the saying goes. That's always the best advice. I think that's a good guy card. I'm going to do some kind of back and forth on this. Rough it up a little bit. Alright, let's use some real glue on that. Oh, you know what I should probably do? And let me stitch first because I'm worried about, I don't want to like go through his face or something. So I'm going to stitch this part on. I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that got stitched before I, went crazy with this here. So I'm going to do something kind of like these. Okay, so let's get some glue on here. I went to Walmart the day before yesterday, and I wanted to get some toilet paper and stuff. Like, we legitimately need it. It's not just like I want toilet paper because of the coronavirus. They had none, zero, not even like one package. And I heard that, they were getting bought out. And I mentioned that the other day. But, so I go up to the front and I'm like, do you guys have any idea when you might be getting toilet paper in? And the guy says, we got it yesterday, a whole truckload at 4 o'clock, and it was gone in 2 hours. So we were just standing there laughing and talking about why, I don't understand why they're buying all the toilet paper up. Like, I don't get it. I don't know what's up with that. So I guess I haven't heard the news on what is up with buying all the toilet paper. Maybe they hope that they'll be able to sell it for a whole bunch, or I have no idea. I just think it's cuckoo. Anyhow, so yeah, no toilet paper for me. I mean, I have a little, but I just wanted one more package, just one package. I don't want 10 packages, I just want one package. I don't know. So this is old book page, and I'm going to stamp happy birthday on it. Because as far as I know, unless there's something I don't know, but it's like getting the flu, and if you're older or you have an underlying medical problem or something, then it can definitely cause problems for you. And probably the biggest problem is being quarantined, but still I would think somebody could drop off on your doorstep something that you needed if you were out, but I don't know. It's just all gone sideways in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be horrible to get sick like that, but like, I don't think it's the end of the world. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not always up on the know, So that could have printed a little bit darker, but yeah, that's fine. I think I'm going to use one of Tim Holt's numbers, because, keep doing that. I just like it. But if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. It's not for everybody, these goofy little things that I do. And this is Tim Holtz Ticket Booth is what I get these out of. I just use part of it. I don't use the whole thing. So it's that ticket. It's just Stampers Anonymous Ticket Booth. And it's CMS 337. I like to do this because I can never center the stamp right when I go to stamp it, even though I can see that stamp, you know. So I like to put it like on another piece of paper or book page or something. That's just a little trick that I do to help me. And I probably still won't get it straight, but it just, I don't know, it just helps me when I'm putting it on. And then plus, if I really don't like the way it's stamped, I can do it again. And I'm not, you know, don't have that messed up on my card. So that is why I do it like that. If you're going, why did you do that? Because I'm a little crazy. What can I tell you? And then maybe we'll put our handmade stamp on the back. Just because it's fun and it looks old. And I got this off of Amazon. I'll try to remember to link it. And it just says handmade by. And then that way you can just sign it. And I also do that on a separate piece of paper when I put it in my journals, so that hopefully I don't, you know, like mess up the back page of my journal or something. Just sign it. All right. So that is that. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope that was fun for you. And we will chat again soon. Bye-bye now.